Let's get brutally honest for a second. Most men have no idea how to make a woman miss them. They chase too hard, text too often, and in the process, kill every bit of mystery and attraction that could have made her think about them when they weren't around. Harsh truth? The harder you chase, the faster she runs. Now here's the controversial part. Women don't miss the nice guy who's always available. They don't lie awake at night thinking about the man who floods their phone with emojis and good morning texts. No, they miss the man who understands one thing. Absence creates desire. A woman can't crave what's always in front of her. She can't long for someone who refuses to let her breathe. This video is not about manipulation or cheap tricks. It's about flipping the script. If she isn't interested, your job is not to beg for her attention. It's to create an energy that makes her wonder what she's missing out on. You don't do that by being desperate. You do it by being scarce, unpredictable, and most importantly, by building a life so magnetic that she feels your presence even when you're gone. Here's the part most men refuse to accept. Sometimes making a woman miss you has nothing to do with her and everything to do with you. Your confidence, your self-respect, your willingness to walk away, these are the things that force her to think twice. So if you're ready to stop being the guy she forgets 5 minutes after leaving and start being the guy she can't stop thinking about, keep watching. By the end of this, you'll understand how to make her miss you so badly, she'll feel the silence louder than your words. 1. Stop chasing, start pulling back. The biggest mistake men make when they want a woman to miss them is chasing. You call too much, you text too often, you keep showing up, and you think persistence will break her resistance. But the truth is, the more you chase, the more she feels she already has you. So there's nothing to miss. A woman cannot miss what's always glued to her. Here's the controversial truth most men don't want to hear. You chasing her is not about her. It's about you needing validation. Deep down, you're afraid of losing her, so you smother her with attention, thinking it will keep her close. Instead, it does the opposite. It pushes her away. Pulling back is not about playing games. It's about shifting the power. When you stop running after her, she starts to notice the silence. Suddenly, she has to wonder why her phone isn't buzzing, why you're not checking in, why you're not orbiting around her anymore. That's when her curiosity turns into desire. Women are emotional by nature, and emotions are triggered by space and uncertainty. If she knows you'll always be there no matter what, there's no urgency, no fire, no spark. But when you stop chasing and give her space, she begins to feel something new. She begins to feel your absence. That absence is what makes her miss you. And here's where most men fail. They try to pull back, but then cave in at the first sign of silence. You have to stay consistent. If she doesn't reach out right away, don't panic. The goal is not to make her respond instantly. The goal is to train her mind to value your presence by first experiencing your absence. 1. Imagine this. You normally text her 5 times a day, always initiating. 1 week, you stop. You text once, keep it short, and let her be the one to double text or wonder where you are. At first, she might not react, but after a few days, she'll feel the shift. She'll scroll through her phone wondering, why hasn't he texted me? Who has his attention? That's when you know the chase has reversed. The man who knows when to pull back is the man women can't stop thinking about. If you want her to miss you badly, even if she isn't interested at first, stop being the chaser. Be the prize. 2. Silence speaks louder than texts. Most men destroy attraction with their thumbs. You think constant texting shows interest, but in reality, it kills her curiosity. Every good morning text, every emoji, every instant reply takes away the mystery that makes her think about you when you're not there. Silence, on the other hand, creates space for imagination, and imagination is powerful. Here's the uncomfortable truth. When you text less, she thinks more. When you're silent, she fills the gap with her own emotions. That's how you get her asking herself questions like, what is he doing? Who is he with? Why hasn't he replied yet? That mental noise is what makes her miss you. Silence also communicates something much stronger than words: self-control. A man who can hold back from blowing up her phone shows that he is not desperate. He shows that his attention is valuable and rare things are always desired more. But let's be clear, Silence doesn't mean ignoring her completely or acting cold. It means controlling the pace of communication so she doesn't feel like she already has all of you. You don't respond instantly every time. You don't write long paragraphs when she gives you short replies. You let the silence build tension. The problem with most men is they can't handle silence. They panic when they don't get an immediate response and start double texting, apologizing, or begging for attention. That's emotional weakness, and women can smell it a mile away. If you can't be silent, you're telling her she owns your emotions. That's not attractive. 1. For example, imagine you usually reply to her within 5 minutes every time she texts. Suddenly, you change the rhythm. She sends you a message, but this time you wait an hour before replying. And your response is short, calm, and confident. At first, she might not react, but after a while, she'll notice the difference. She'll think, why is he less available? Did something change? Is he losing interest? That silence makes her chase clarity, and in chasing clarity, she's chasing you. Silence is not weakness, it's strength. It's how you show you're in control of your emotions and your time. And when a man controls himself, he controls the dynamic. Remember this. The less you talk, the more she wonders. The more she wonders, the more she misses you. 3. Scarcity creates desire. Think about the last time you really wanted something badly, a pair of sneakers, a new phone, or even a limited edition watch. What made you want it so much? It wasn't just the product itself, it was the fact that not everyone could get it. The rarity, the scarcity, the thought that it could slip out of your hands at any moment, that's what made it valuable. Women operate the same way when it comes to men. If you are always around, always texting, always available, she has no reason to value your presence. Why? Because it's not scarce. She knows she can have you whenever she wants. But when you are harder to access, when your time feels limited, she suddenly starts to feel your value. That's when desire begins to grow. Here's where most men get it wrong. They confuse consistency with overexposure. Yes, women like consistency, but they don't want predictability to the point where there's no excitement left. If you show up too much, give too much, and make yourself available 24/7, you don't give her room to crave you. You turn into background noise, and nobody misses background noise. Scarcity is not about ignoring her or playing childish games. It's about balance. It's about showing her that you have a life outside of her, that your world doesn't revolve around her every second. When she feels you're not always within reach, she starts to think about you more. She starts to ask herself, where is he? Who is he with? Why isn't he all over me like other guys? Those thoughts are exactly what make her miss you. Relatable truth. When something is too easy, you don't value it. When something requires patience, effort, and uncertainty, you start to appreciate it more. That's human psychology. Women miss the man who gives them just enough to feel special, but not so much that she takes him for granted. So remember this, scarcity creates desire. It turns you from just another guy into the man she can't stop thinking about. And when she feels she could lose you at any moment, that's when she holds on the tightest. 4. Be unavailable. Not desperate men need to wake up to a harsh reality. Too many of you are acting like 24/7 customer service for women who don't even value your time. You drop everything to reply instantly. You cancel plans just to be available. You sit by your phone waiting like a loyal puppy for her to text back. And then you wonder why she doesn't miss you. Here's the truth. You've made yourself too available, and availability without value is desperation. A woman doesn't admire the man who puts his life on hold for her. She admires the man whose life is already so full, so rich, and so exciting that she has to earn her place in it. Being unavailable doesn't mean ignoring her or acting cold. It means having priorities. It means working on your goals, spending time with your friends, building your career, and not rearranging your life for every little ping on your phone. When you have your own purpose, your own grind, your own world, she starts to feel like she has to compete for your attention. That's when she begins to miss you. Men, stop being desperate. Women can sense when you're too eager, and nothing kills attraction faster. When you show her that you don't need her every second of the day, you flip the script. Instead of you chasing her, she starts to chase the parts of you she doesn't fully have access to. That's how desire works. It feeds on limited access, not unlimited supply. Think about it. If you're always free, always hanging on her every word, where's the excitement? Where's the mystery? Where's the challenge? She doesn't miss what she already owns completely, but she will miss the man who is disciplined enough to focus on his life and make her wait for his attention. Wake up, brothers. Stop trading your self-respect for a few minutes of her attention. Be the man with a mission, the man with a life, the man who is there, but not always. That balance makes you magnetic. That balance makes her miss you. 5. Let her compete for your attention. Here's something most men don't realize. Women are naturally competitive when it comes to attention. They don't want to feel like they're just another option. They want to feel like they're winning against other options. And if you hand over your attention on a silver platter with no effort required, she doesn't feel like she's won anything. She feels bored. The key is this: your attention has to be earned. When a woman feels like she has to compete, even subtly, she values you more. She'll text you more often. She'll dress better when she sees you. She'll make extra effort just to make sure she stands out. But that only happens when you stop throwing your attention around like it's worthless. Most men get this completely wrong. They believe giving a woman constant validation will make her stay. They think compliments, endless texts, and non-stop availability will make her choose them. Wrong. That just makes you predictable and easy to forget. Women don't fight for what's free, they fight for what's scarce. You have to set the tone. Show her, through your actions, that your attention is valuable. Not every message deserves an instant reply. Not every call gets picked up. Not every request gets a yes. When she feels like she's not guaranteed your focus, she automatically starts working harder for it. And the more she works for it, the more she invests. Think about it. When something costs you nothing, you treat it carelessly. But when you put effort into getting something, you value it more. That's human psychology, and women are no different. The man she misses is the man who doesn't just give her attention for existing, he makes her earn it by showing effort, respect, and consistency. So stop being the man who gives everything up front. Make her compete for your time, your energy, and your focus. That's how you create real desire. When she feels like she has to fight for your attention, she won't just want it, she'll crave it. 6. Upgrade your life, not just your looks. Too many men think making a woman miss them is about hitting the gym, getting a haircut, or buying new clothes. Don't get it twisted, appearance matters. But here's the controversial truth. Looks alone don't keep a woman thinking about you. What really makes her miss you is the life you're building when she's not around. Women don't just crave a handsome face, they crave a man with direction, with ambition, with momentum. If your entire identity is based on how you look in a mirror, you're shallow, and shallow is easy to forget. But when you're constantly upgrading your life, your lifestyle, your mindset, and your future, you become unforgettable. Think about it. A man who's grinding on his goals, chasing success, and leveling up his skills sends a silent message: I'm not waiting for you. I'm moving forward. That's powerful. It creates a natural sense of urgency in her. She starts to realize that while she's hesitating, you're becoming the type of man other women will notice. That's when she starts to miss you, because the version of you she once knew is already evolving into someone greater. This is where many men go wrong. You waste all your energy trying to impress her directly instead of becoming impressive on your own. You buy her gifts, you flatter her endlessly, you overinvest in her, but you underinvest in yourself. And guess what? She notices. She sees you putting her on a pedestal while neglecting your own growth. That's not attractive. That's pitiful. When you upgrade your life, you flip the script. Suddenly, she's the one trying to keep up with you. She's the one wondering where you're headed next. She's the one fearing that if she doesn't secure her spot, another woman will. That fear of loss, that fear of being replaced, is exactly what makes her miss you more than anything else. Men, listen. Muscles fade, fashion trends change, but self-improvement never goes out of style. Build wealth, build skills, build discipline, build a future. That's how you make her realize your value doesn't depend on her attention. It grows with or without her. And that's when she truly starts to miss you. 7. Make her jealous without saying a word. Nothing makes a woman miss you faster than the idea that she might lose you to someone else. Jealousy is a powerful emotion. It sparks urgency, insecurity, and desire all at once. But here's the key: you don't have to beg for her attention or announce what you're doing. The strongest jealousy is created silently, without you ever saying a word. When she sees that you're living a life full of options, she feels the pressure. Maybe you're out with friends, enjoying yourself, posting pictures where you look confident, social, and in control. Maybe you're too busy leveling up to reply right away. She starts to wonder, who else is noticing him? Who else is he giving his time to? That silent competition is what makes her miss you. Most men, unfortunately, misuse jealousy. They brag about talking to other women, they force fake stories, or they try too hard to make her react. That's not attractive. It's insecure. Real power is when you don't even need to say it. She can feel that other people want you because you carry yourself like a man who is wanted. You create this effect by building an abundant life. When you're surrounded by opportunities, friendships, and women naturally drawn to you, she senses it. You don't have to rub it in her face. Your energy speaks for itself. And trust me, women notice everything. Your social life, the attention you receive, even the way other people look at you. Here's the uncomfortable truth: women miss men who are in demand. If she feels you're too easy to have, she won't value you. But if she feels like she could lose you at any time, she starts clinging tighter. The thought of another woman taking her place keeps her mind on you, even when you're not around. So stop trying to prove yourself with words. Stop begging her to see your value. Live in a way that makes it undeniable. Let her feel the subtle sting of competition. That jealousy won't just make her miss you, it will make her fight to keep you. 8. Detach. Emotionally gain respect. Men, let's be real. Too many of you hand over your emotions like free samples at the mall. You meet a woman, and within weeks you're already pouring out your feelings, making her the center of your world and depending on her reactions for your happiness. That's not love, that's weakness. And weakness never makes a woman miss you. If you want respect, and if you want her to actually feel your absence when you're not around, you must learn emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or robotic. It means not letting your entire mood, your self-worth, or your peace of mind depend on her. When you detach, you send a powerful message. I am in control of myself. I am not ruled by you. Here's the problem. Most men attach too quickly. You start acting like she's the only woman on earth. You cling, you overinvest, and then you feel crushed when she pulls back. That's because you've given her too much power. And the more power she has, the less respect she feels for you. But when you detach, everything changes. She starts to notice your calmness when she tests you. She sees that you don't overreact when she withdraws. She feels that you're steady, grounded, and independent. That stability makes her curious because it's rare. Most men crumble under pressure, but the detached man stands firm. Detachment also creates mystery. If she can't read you easily, she starts to think about you more. She wonders, what is he feeling? Does he miss me? Why isn't he acting desperate like other guys? That questioning is exactly what makes her miss you in ways words never could. Men, wake up. Being overly emotional doesn't make her feel special. It makes her feel smothered. Respect comes when you can control yourself, when you can step back, and when you show her that you'll never let your world collapse over one person. Detach to protect your peace. Detach to maintain respect. Detach, and you'll be remembered when you're gone, because nothing is more attractive than a man who refuses to lose himself over anyone. 9. Never explain your absence. One of the fastest ways men kill attraction is by over-explaining themselves. You skip a call, you delay a reply, and immediately you feel guilty. So what do? You start sending long excuses. Sorry, I was busy at work. My phone died. I was with friends, but I didn't forget you. Stop. That's weakness disguised as politeness. Men who explain every absence look like they're seeking permission. They want to reassure her that they're still available, still loyal, still waiting. But here's the truth. A woman doesn't miss a man who justifies himself. She misses the man whose absence is felt but never explained. That silence makes her wonder. And that wondering is where desire is born. You don't owe anyone a play-by-play of your life. When you vanish for a few hours, a day, or even longer, let it be. Don't break the mystery with explanations. If she values you, she will notice the gap and fill it with her own thoughts. If she doesn't notice, then why are you wasting your time? This is where most men fail. They can't handle the discomfort of not being understood. They rush to explain themselves because deep down, they're afraid of losing her. But the paradox is this: by explaining, you lose the very tension that makes her miss you. By staying silent, you keep her guessing. Think about it. What feels stronger? A man who disappears for a day and returns calmly, like nothing happened, or a man who disappears and then writes a whole essay apologizing? The first man looks confident. The second looks needy. Women respect confidence. They pity neediness. Remember, mystery is your weapon. Every absence should feel intentional, even if it wasn't. Your calmness shows that your time belongs to you, not to her demands. And when a woman feels she can't predict or control you, she starts to think about you more. She starts to miss you, not because you explained your value, but because you showed it by living freely. So men, stop handing out explanations like candy. Your absence doesn't need a reason. Let her feel the silence. Let her wonder. Let her chase the answer. That's how you flip the dynamic and make her miss you without saying a single word. 10. Walk away. That's when she follows men. This is the ultimate test of strength, knowing when to walk away. Most of you stay too long, begging for scraps of attention, holding on to dead connections, and hoping one more text or call will change her mind. But here's the truth. Nothing makes a woman miss you more than realizing you were willing to leave without hesitation. Walking away doesn't mean slamming doors or acting dramatic. It means calmly choosing yourself over her indifference. It's showing her that your self-respect is worth more than her half-hearted attention. And believe me, when a man has the courage to walk away, that's when she feels the shock. That's when she asks herself, did I just lose him? Is he really gone? Here's the psychology behind it. People value what they fear losing. As long as you're always available, always chasing, always forgiving, she feels no urgency. But the second you step back fully, the second you stop trying, the balance shifts. Suddenly, you're not the one fighting for her. She's the one fighting not to lose you. Too many men are scared of this move. You think walking away means you'll never get her back. Wrong. Walking away is not the end, it's the trigger. It forces her to see what life feels like without you. And if she truly values you, that feeling will hit her harder than any words you could ever say. But if she doesn't come back, good. That means she was never yours to begin with. Walking away protects your dignity and clears the space for someone who actually deserves your presence. So remember this, chasing keeps her comfortable, but walking away makes her uncomfortable. And in that discomfort, she realizes your worth. Sometimes the loudest "I miss you" is silent, and it only comes after you've already left. Conclusion. Here's the part that will sting. Women don't actually miss you at first. They miss the way you make them feel. That's the raw truth most men can't handle. If you're needy, desperate, and constantly available, she feels nothing when you're gone. But if you're disciplined, scarce, and magnetic, she misses the experience of being around you. That's why it's never just about love. It's about power. And here's the controversial statement I promised you. Sometimes a woman only realizes your value when she feels she has lost you to another woman. That's right. Not when you chase, not when you beg, not when you explain yourself, but when she sees that your energy, your attention, your presence has shifted elsewhere. Painful? Yes. True? Absolutely. Men, this is why walking away, upgrading your life, and refusing to be desperate is not just dating advice. It's survival. You don't earn respect by chasing. You earn it by creating a life so valuable that she fears being replaced in it. That fear is what makes her miss you in ways you could never force. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever pulled back and seen a woman suddenly chase you? Or maybe you've been on the other side, giving too much, only to watch her lose interest? Drop your experiences in the comments. I will read them, and I'll reach out personally because I want to build a real connection with you guys. This isn't just a video, it's a conversation.